Hi, I'm Hope Witkowsky, your host of Senior Scene. In life today, we have many challenges. Some of them could be small, some of them could be large, but that's how we grow, to turn those challenges into joy. Let's go meet somebody who's done just that. Catherine Crawley has lived a full life, married over 40 years with a daughter, son-in-law, and two beautiful grandchildren. She's enjoyed all that life had to offer until her husband was diagnosed with cancer, and the prognosis was not good.
Well, we had always wanted to go to Alaska, so 6 months before he passed away, we went on a cruise to Alaska. And one of the things we wanted to see was the sled dogs. So we went to one of the sled dog, I don't know if they're farms or whatever they are, the locations, and there were sled dog puppies. And he went over and picked up one and handed it to me. And I've got a great picture with it. And now looking back, it just seems very prophetic that, it was so comforting even then to hold a puppy.
She was lucky to have family and good friends to comfort her, but would that comfort last a lifetime?
Well, I'd say for the first year, you're just so busy with taking care of details, administrative type of things. And I had wonderful friends and family that were constantly there, and I still do. But after about the first year, you're suddenly, you're on your own, and you feel more empty. Again, I was with friends and family constantly, and going out, everybody was always inviting me over and taking me out, and I did things like that. And I was involved with my church, did activities through them, volunteer things, and just taking care of things, and after things settle down, you come home to quiet and you really feel the void.
The light came on when she was reminded of a time when she was traveling to Alaska with her husband in his final months. He handed her a baby husky dog from a litter to play with.
I've always loved dogs and cats, and we had 3 cats at the time that my husband passed away, and we'd had a dog many years before. But my good friend in Orlando, I was out to lunch with her, and we were looking out the window, and on a patio there was this couple with a little dog. And we went out and we both fell in love with this dog. So we both decided to get one of the puppies, and she got a male and I got a female, and that's Katie Rose. And before she was Katie Rose, she was just little pink collar. All the puppies had different collars on. And I watched them over the first 8 weeks, and she just was the most social. Anytime she'd hear a voice or see a person, she just went right to them. And I said, that's the dog for me. And so that's how I got her. And I say she rescued me.
As dogs are often referred to as man's best friend, it truly was the case for Catherine.
Even the first night I got her, I just laid with her on my chest all night, and that was just so comforting. And I started going out walking a lot more and meeting more people that way, and then got involved in a program called Canine Companions, where I went with a neighbor who had a dog, and we met lots of other dogs, and they were training them to help people. And I just felt that people had helped me so much that that's what I just sort of gravitated to helping others, get through hurtful times. And coming in, she's there to welcome me. When people come in the door, she welcomes them, and she gives kisses, and just makes my life very happy.
Catherine's dog, Katie Rose, is with her everywhere she goes, from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed.
Well, I've actually just started doing hospice recently. Prior to doing that, I started with hospital visits. And then I was asked recently to work in hospice. And as a matter of fact, going back a little bit, with my husband being on hospice, I saw the difference that made. And my thought was after he passed away that I would go and work as a volunteer in hospice. But life just didn't take me that direction at the time, and it was probably too soon. But so Katie Rose, she sort of filled that hole for a while, and then I moved from Orlando to California, and then there was time to settle here and all. But that had always sort of been in the back of my mind, but I never pursued it. I started with the dog visitation, and then the hospital recently asked me if I would consider hospice patients, and my first reaction was, I don't know if I can do that. And then I thought, well, you know, sometimes those things aren't easy to do, but the benefits that you see, the love and the smiles that you get, so I did, and I've just started. I've made about 4 visits to hospice now, and I think I'm going to love it.
Now, there is so much that keeps Catherine feeling like she's making a difference in someone's life. She's making a difference when she gets ready for her volunteer work with her best friend.
Oh, it just like a bubble bursting. It just makes you feel wonderful. And I mean, from the minute when I get my uniform out, Katie Rose, she's wagging her tail and she knows she's going, and we go and she walks right into the volunteer office and visits everybody. She knows them. And then she goes to the lady who's the head of the foundation. That's her next visit. She has to go there. And then from there, I don't know where we're going. We start out with sort of an idea, but we meet people in the hall, or I can have a patient come and say, would you go see my mother? And I say, of course. So then I say, why don't you just take me there? So then we get on that floor, and I may meet somebody else that, you know, it's just sort of like a maze that you don't know quite where you're going.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center is one of Catherine's and her dog's favorite places to volunteer. You can see the welcome they both get the minute they walk in the door of the hospital.
I want to give you a little memento of Katie Rose's visit. This is her card that tells about her, that she is in the pet visitation program at Torrance Memorial, and it has some facts on the back that tell all about her.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you again. Thank you for letting us visit.
It just gives me a moment of peace and just to relax and to enjoy the time to be with someone that's so nice and sweet and soft. And she's very calming. So
Yeah.
it's calming for her, it's calming for me. So that's all that makes the healing a little bit better.
Before we walked in the door, what was it like, do you think, for you and your husband to see Katie Rose come walk in the door?
Oh, the minute he saw Katie Rose, he's like, oh, look. Oh, a baby dog. I went, okay, he's in love.
The volunteer day for Katie Rose and Catherine is coming to an end, and the interaction between the two is priceless. Each has comfort in knowing that they now have time alone with each other.
It's actually Katie Rose that she doesn't make me walk. I love to walk. I've always been a walker. I'm not one that goes to gyms and does this and that, but I love to walk. And so we go out about 4 or 5 times a day, and I'm on the 3rd floor. We always use the stairs, except she likes the elevator. So first thing in the morning, we have a deal. We use the elevator in the morning and last thing at night. Other than that, she'll do the stairs, but sometimes she looks at me like, really? Do we have to do that again? Do we have to go down the stairs? But people say, well, how do you know so much about everybody in the neighborhood? And I said, well, walking the dog. So we go out and won't even go more than a half a block, and we meet somebody, or you know, someone with a dog, or someone not with a dog, or children, and she just gravitates to the people. So that gives me, you know, the entree into meeting people as well, which I find that has helped me so much, because I think it's harder when you're just on your own. If I'm walking down the street or something, just to go up, you know, I do go up and say hello and all, but it just becomes a different conversation. It's a gentle conversation, and just very special. Or if I walk into a room, I've even noticed when I go to the hospital, when I walk into the hospital, if I don't have her with me, it's just a total different feeling. You know, when I walk with a dog, it's just like when I go in, people just go, oh, you know, and they're just so happy to see her and to see me because I'm with her. So that just, you know, makes such a difference. And I have people tell me all the time what a difference it makes. And
thanks to Katie Rose, Catherine has found purpose again. The comfort, companionship, and love that dogs can bring to humans is a remarkable thing.
it's hard to say to somebody when they're really down, look, you know, buck up, go, because you just really have to listen. I'd say one thing is listening to them, but also I find if you really dwell on your hurts, it just brings you down further. If you go and do something for someone else, that lifts you up. You know, get involved in something, step out, think of something that makes you joyful, and, you know, go for it, give it a try. It's scary, but do it. and it really works.
I hope today's show has inspired you to seek out love, companionship, friendship, even in the case of losing a loved one. I'm Hope Witkowsky reminding you, knowledge, it's a powerful tool. Tune in next time to Senior Scene for more secrets on successful aging.